the Douglas Skindiver WorldTimer. This is the Wolbrook Douglas type brand. I'll put a link in the description. I have no affiliation with them, but I'm actually super impressed. You know, are there better components to be used on a watch? Absolutely. But this thing being basically $500, this particular configuration is sold out. But there's a ton of different options you can do. There's even destro options. The brand offers a ton of really cool options. This one was sent in by a buddy of mine in my Discord, Jonathan, and it's been sitting here. It's supposed to go on a Sunday fun day, and I was like looking around. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pick that up and do a video on it. There's a couple of really big things that I like about this watch, and they really kind of remind me of that Oleg and Waz that I had. Now I know it's not the exact same. The bracelet's not the same, the watch isn't the same, but it has that vibe for me. It gives me that vintage inspired, and it does have legitimate historical value to it. Neil Armstrong wore one of these watches back in the day. So and then the materials used, it's using a Miyota 8315 movement. So, you know, it's the 8000 series. Yes, it hacks and hand winds and everything like that, but there's much better movements out there, clearly. But with this one, they keep the price down. The crystal's a Hesalite, but that's a design choice. You know, that's not a cost savings choice. They probably could have put a sapphire crystal in there for less money, honestly, but it gives it a little bit of a box dome look to it. And they have a date magnifier that works, and it's on the bottom side of the crystal. So that is actually really cool as well. And now that I'm nearly 2 minutes in, let's talk about the size. So I measure the case on this thing at 39 millimeter. The bezel is like 40, but the case is 39. The lug to lug, 47.9. You have drilled lugs. You have a signed 6.7 millimeter screw down crown. The thickness, 13.16 millimeter approximately exactly. And the lug opening here is 20 millimeter in this excellent bracelet. I would call it, it's not a bead bracelet, because if you look at them close up, the way the machining is on those, that I really like. There's a few other watches that I've handled that have that style of bracelet. Some of them very affordable, like this one, or even less, and they are great bracelets. So this one has a split pin design, and it's super easy to size. Milled clasp with the Wolbrook logo. I love that touch of detail on the clasp there. And then you have a ton of micro adjust, 5 to be approximately exact. There's a look at the case back. It does say Wolbrook. 120 meter water resist, quick release spring bars on this bracelet, and it just wears great. I love the all full brushed finish on it. Has 120 click WorldTime bezel. I have the Greenwich up top here, but nice bezel action. I mean, like legit for $500. This is a great watch. I even like the color. I actually prefer, out of all their options, this color of the printing on the dial. That's actually C7 Lume. I'm not sure I've handled a watch with C7, so kudos. I didn't know there was a C7. So it's green in natural light, and it'll probably glow green if I was a betting man when we do the Lume shot. Date window at the 3 o'clock. And yeah, it crowds the 3, but look at, they got the 3 completely on there. They pushed it over, but they didn't want to chop into it. So they gave you the entire 3 and the date. Other than that, it's pretty minimal on the dial. Automatic, shock resistant, Douglas. Assembled in, well, it says France down at the 6 o'clock. That's because they're assembled in France. It's a French brand. So, oh, also, because we're talking about the date wheel, let me make sure I'm in a safe position. Check out the date. It's a roulette date wheel. So we have black on the odds, red on the evens. And then you have that matching element of the red oversized seconds hand. I like this watch way more. I already knew I liked it because I had seen the brand at the Warner wind-up shows. And I resisted buying one. I have for some reason, I have a difficult time communicating with some of the French brands, and I had wanted to work with these guys to get a watch on the channel. It just never fabricated. So when Jonathan sent this over, I reluctantly, like I said, it's been sitting over there. I've been trying to avoid it. I finally picked it up. I sized it or resized it for my wrist, and I put it on, wore it a little bit for this video. And I'm like, dang it, this is a good watch. I might have to ask Jonathan how much he wants for it, because I can't set the price. If I'm going to buy the watch, Jonathan has to set the price. Now, if I'm going to sell the watch, then yeah, I can set the price, but I can't set it if I'm buying it. So it's like a strong contender to make its way into my collection for a little bit. Will I keep it? I don't know. You know, will I even buy it? Who knows? But check it out on wrist. I mean, that just works. So check out the brand, I guess is my point. The Wolbrook, the Douglas, and I think there's even a couple other brands all under that same umbrella. They have a ton of different options, like I said, and I really like even some of the Destro ones, and they have some more divers with crown guards. They're all great options. Let me give this a quick blast with the UV light. Let's turn off the studio lights and see this thing glow. Yeah, she glows. She glows. And then even the little pip up there on the WorldTimer has a blue triangle. So pretty solid watch, guys. There's a lot to like here. And for the price point, I'm pretty happy with it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next vid.